Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day Beyonce.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love.
It's reality, yes, let's love.
Yo, Tango Internet. You don't understand, Manuel. Yo, Tango Internet. Yo, Tango Internet. I think it's not. I laud her for being able to speak Spanish, but it's the fact that she doesn't seem to have any. It's like she's speaking in an American accent, and it just sounds funny.
I think Sissy said her conjugation's not great.
Yeah, I mean it's like Danielle's Spanish, but they said Ashley's is a little better than Danielle's. I can't really. I'm just saying what sissies have said, but I just love the phrase "Yo Tango Internet."
Yo, Tango Internet.
Mi trabajo es bruja.
You know, speaking of miserable bitch, we had a post in the Facebook group of someone who saw Danielle and Gabe and people at Orlando Pride, which is
and
wonderful.
Jen from
And
Jen and
was there.
Rishi.
And also E. Scott.
Scott.
Scott was there as well. So, and they said they were so sweet. The sissy who wrote it, I can't remember if it was a man or, but the person wrote, they were so sweet to us. And people were like, miserable bitch, sweet. It was so funny.
I'm sure she's fine when you just approach her. And
I think she is a big LGBT advocate. So
I could see that.
Appreciate that for her. Appreciate it.
Who else has been friends with her? She doesn't. She's not a. I guarantee you. They have her friends on the show. Guarantee you, she didn't have a lot of female friends. I'm going to say that now. She's not a girl's girl.
We're going to end up meeting some gay friends, kind of like we realized that, oh, y'all, I didn't talk about this, but we also just found out that Chantel on our classless season of, hey, we just met her gay friend. Obed. There's got to be, don't spoil it. We hope there's more Obed. Oh, it's so good. But this isn't classless. This is regular OG.
90-Day Beyonce.
Season 10.
Season 10, episode 4, To Witness These Lovers, or to witness the lovers.
This is our team, or this is our part B, part 2. So
Part
Ashley
two.
Manuel,
Of these two lovers.
these two lovers,
And a
God.
new couple.
Whoop, well, this Dr.
Ashley
Pepper is
Manuel
delicious.
and Devin and Nick.
Mm.
This is one of the first times I think we have seen. I wrote this down, and I'm very, very likely to be wrong, but it just kind of hit me this time. The non-American introduced first through the lens where we meet the in all, for lack of a better term, foreigner first.
And and it's also where was Ji-hoon from? Was he from Korea as well?
Korea. South Korea.
How ironic that both of the Americans
Her
are named
name is Devin.
Her name is Devin. And it's I actually think
Completely
this Devin,
the opposite of this.
Devin is from planet Earth.
And she's from Cersei, Arkansas. She country, y'all. And he is the Korean Crocodile Dundee. He has a slight Australian accent.
He does.
You know what I wrote down? I said, this is like older versions of 90-Day Fiancé.
You know what I wrote down? These are
feels
like normal versions of where the stakes, not the stakes. Actually, the stakes are just as high, but where their personalities aren't extreme. They just seem like normal people who fell in love.
Yeah, I agree. There's an extraness to it. It's not like Ashley Manuel, Ashley Extra. And we're going to be able to talk about what we think about her not giving him internet on his phone. And because Yo Tango Internet.
Yo Tango Internet. Yo Tango Interneto.
Yo Tango Internet. Oh, it's Bruja. Thank you, sissies, who came at us about what we had said about could she, just for cultural reasons, telling her she's a witch, could she have used a word that was more familiar to what she actually does? And you some of you said curandaria or curanderia. I'm not sure. I'm going to butcher it
one
again.
called like Espanita.
Espiritualista. Yeah.
I like that one. That's what I want to be called. Espanita.
But it is kind of like the fact that he is a Catholic and from Ecuador. The word bruja has a completely... My job is witch. Mi trabajo es bruja.
Yeah.
So for Spanish speakers, that's why that phrase sounds ridiculous.
I actually bet she's good at readings. I
do. I just think it. I honestly believe that this is. It was a dumb argument that we're going to get past really quickly, and to see that their real problems go much deeper than that.
Yeah, I think it's interesting how they are. Culture wars are going to be, I think, their biggest problem in their relationship.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know if they've both have. It doesn't see, even though they've known. It's interesting, even though they've known each other for a while now, right? Years, and they tried it once and tried it again. It doesn't seem like, at least right now, either of them have made, especially on her part, since he's coming to live where she in the U.S., it doesn't seem like either of them made an effort to have an understanding of the other person's culture a lot.
Yeah, and she thinks that it's weird that 9 people from New York have called her, and it's the only way they can get in touch with him.
And I'm like, one of my good friends is Puerto Rican from New York, and I'm not saying all Latinx, but culture, but I'm saying in her, family, that is a very common thing. And so I don't,
And the craziest thing is, I feel like she'd rather him not have family in the U.S. And that's where it gets a little weird for me.
I mean, she didn't say anything like that. I can understand why you infer. I don't know if I didn't make that jump, but tinfoil hattie always comes out quicker.
Here's why I say that. Because obviously, if he has family here, that means that he has another lifeline and I think she's got a lot of insecurities.
That's what I thought it came into. Yeah.
Yeah, but that still is destructive.
Yeah, it's still destructive. I took it as, oh, wow, you really feel like you're not enough.
But that it doesn't matter. It's always going to manifest as you, and also, y'all. This is the long aged trope of 90 Day Fiancé. I think he just came here to get to America, which is one of the worst things you can accuse someone of.
I actually think they're going to be fine. I think they're going to end up getting married.
Me too. I do. I agree with you. I just think
we're at that point. We're at episode 4. Well, no, we haven't met all the new couples yet. We're meeting Mommy Closet next week.
Oh. And the guinea pigs and the chihuahuas plural.
Mom lives in the walk-in closet.
Closet mom.
Whoa.
Does she come out? That's what does she just stay in there?
It does feel like Nick and Devin don't belong in the same episode as Closet Mom.
No. it does feel like Devin and Nick are from a different time.
Yeah, truly.
Yeah.
Truly.
Announcements, y'all.
Oh, yeah. I just went in to talk about Ashley Manuel.
Well, sometimes we do that. Selling Sunset Season 7.
Say it again.
November 3rd. Selling Sunset Season 7. Selling Sunset Season 7. Selling Sunset Season 7.
Y'all say that when you're riding that dick. Selling Sunset Season 7. Selling Sunset Season 7. Selling so. Okay, I'm done.
Oh, it just takes us 3 incantations and you're done. Fantastic season. I like it a lot better than last season. Nicole is giving Nicole. Chriselle is giving Chriselle.
Chriselle, yes.
It's and we have the biggest villain is not what you'd think, but a scary new thing that's happening in Los Angeles that could ruin the economy of the whole city called the mansion tax.
We're calling it the purge. We've learned more about real estate than we've ever learned, and I actually, because y'all, I'm taking a real estate class right now, and I'm gonna ask my teacher about this mansion tax. I just don't know how to email yet on the portal at UCLA. I don't. She sent me like 3 messages, and I don't know how to reply back.
I'm sorry, I do not know how to get back to you.
Y'all. Maddie's in school again. No, I don't want to become a realtor. I just want to learn a little background information for some of my dad's properties. But
what a nightmare student you would be, sending her questions.
Well, I can't send her one question at all. So how am I going to kiss her ass?
I know. How are you going to be the teacher's pet?
Yes.
It's y'all. This season of Selling Sunset, people are basically throwing themselves off the Hollywood sign.
Oh, they are.
Their fortunes are failing underneath them.
Yes, this is also probably going to be. Well, we'll record some shows tomorrow, but as of at the end of this week, I will. Well, actually, last week. So this is coming out on Monday, but on Friday, I did return to Los Angeles. So my Santa Barbara experience is I want to thank the Yacht Club. Thank the Maritime Museum for my time there. I met a good friend named Deb. Steven, I'm not going to call you anymore because I think I flirted with your husband and that could get weird. But I had a great time. But
just to clarify, everyone you met was over 65, correct?
I had a great time. I had a great time. It was called as
a retirement community.
Drag Race. I was in my retired or my grandma era, and now
you've kind of always been there.
Going back to LA, but Santa Barbara, Goleta. Thank you so much. Tonight I'm going with my friend Deb. We're going to go to some wine bars in the Funk Zone. They call it the Funk Zone of Santa Barbara. We're very excited.
Maybe talk about her last divorce.
She's never been married. She's never been married. She's dating someone now. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm sure. But anyway.
Also, I think you have a kind of right after we talk about Ashley and Manuel. You'll talk about the Britney book.
I'm going to be talking a little bit about I haven't read it all. I'm only on chapter, I think, 11 at this point. How many
chapters are the goddamn book?
There's a lot. Some of them are short chapters.
Okay.
She gets tired. So there will be spoilers. So I'll talk a little bit, not everything, but just to give you, I just got to the part where she just got divorced from Kevin Federline. So I've read up to that. Anything else?
Is this pre-shaved head with the umbrella?
That is what I'm about to. Okay. The last line I just listened to, she said, and I knew the press was going to be out that night, and I gave them something to write about. And I think that's what we're going to be talking about.
I really do want the best for her. I say that in a non-Sean Robinson way.
I'll say this: a sissy already said it, and I already thought it before. I read it, and I'm listening to it, y'all. But I thought this is just a Southern story. It's just a Southern story. It's just sad.
It's very Faulknerian. Just like generations of sadness that were built up for this woman to experience.
You don't even know what I'm going to talk about on our Britney moment. So anyway,
Britney break. Our Britney
Short,
break. Our
Britney
Brit break.
I like that. No, Britney, not Brit. Then it sounds British. Britney break. I like that.
Okay, Britney break.
All right, but back to Ashley. There's something wrong with me. You're going to read me, but I'm just going to say it. And maybe because it's the woo-woo stuff, but I think she behaves terribly in this. And he's not super great either, but he's also reacting to her. Yeah. What is it? There's something in me that likes Ashley, and I need to process that.
I think she's good TV.
Maybe that's it. She's funny.
She's good TV. She's funny.
And I guess what I do think, you know what it is with both of them is everybody has hurt and whatever, trauma and things like that. Theirs feels like for Ashley, she's kind of being reactive and has her own insecurities. It doesn't feel like Nikki, where Nikki is kind of weaponizing her trauma against.
She's a nightmare.
So I don't think Ashley is trying to do that. It's not like Danielle.
No, there's no comparison.
She's just extra. Yeah. Again, Anyway, so
I think it's hard for her. I think there's so much of her life that is tumultuous for her. Sometimes it's hard to see past the tumult of her own life and see someone else's perspective.
That's a beautiful way to put that, Poodle. You should be a poet.
I'm trying to be as diplomatic as possible.
That was really beautiful.
I don't think she's a bad person. I think maybe trying to have a little more understanding about someone who's coming here from a different culture and trying to make them comfortable and trying to I do think their problems pale compared to Nikki and Igor / Justin or Rob and Sophie. I think their problems pale compared to those two couples, which I consider me judgmental, but I don't know if those exactly done. If this and someone just laughed like, really? As I said before, y'all, I'm a childless gay man. I was put on this earth to be judgmental.
Someone's child in a car seat just
tell me something I don't know.
Yeah, as they were driving, you said that and they went
smoked a cigarette.
Yeah.
Your little Tallulah Bankhead 4-year-old in the back, Tell me about a queen.
I'm telling you, if you are listening to this right now and your 4 or 5-year-old child is listening, if they're quoting Poodle, Molly, you in danger, girl.
Watch the fuck out. It's not going to be a smooth ride. You'll get a lot out of it. There's going to be heartbreak. It's not going to be easy. You're going to probably be saying things when they're like 9 or 10 going, don't know where you got that from. Not from me. Must be from your father.
Me. Oh, you had, and Christina can take this out if you want to bring it, but you met a sissy on a plane, didn't you?
Oh my God. I wanted to talk about this.
Sweet.
Sissy, oh God, Grace. Sissy Grace.
Oh, love it.
A flight attendant, and she passed me. She's like, I saw her, and she's like, hi. And then she kind of ran back to me and handed me this beverage napkin, and it says, hi, Poodle. I didn't want to embarrass you. I'm a sissy.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I think I am this kind of, I think I seem like this delicate person who is horrified if people come up to me in the wild. But I actually don't mind
comment.
It, you guys. I'm not going to mind it. And mostly I was just so excited to see her there. And also it's very nice because flying is never something that's comfortable for me. It will never be. So it was nice to see a friendly face, and she was a lovely, friendly face in the not so friendly skies sometimes.
That was really.
She couldn't do anything. She probably couldn't do anything about the delay we had getting off the ground.
No, I got worried because you sent me a picture of a beverage napkin, and then before I read it, I went, "Oh no!" Someone like sent and said, "I know you fucked my husband." I thought it was going to be something like that.
Or a male flight attendant said, "Meet me in the bathroom in 20
Yes,
minutes."
yeah.
Mm.
That's what. So I was glad.
But Sissy Grace, thank you
We
for
love you,
saying
Sissy
hello.
Grace.
We love our sissy flight attendants.
We do.
Oh, doing the
They
Lord's
work hard.
Sissy teachers, sissy flight attendants.
Do we have any sissy?
Y'all are all out there.
We got
all
any
out there on the
sissy
front
roofers?
lines.
I'm still watching those roofers over there. I'd love to meet a sissy roofer.
Well, we do. We have a coal miner.
We do. We might have a sissy roofer. Man, give me a man in a tool belt roofing my roof.
I'll never forget. We said, "Come at us if you work at a coal mine."
Someone
a woman said, "I'm a coal miner."
I also wanted to ask you, maybe we have sissies about this. Sorry, y'all, we're going to get to the show because this reminded me. We were doing so good. We started right into it. But well.
Too late.
You know how I kept telling you, I said, I got this house. I said, I think I'm hearing swallows. And you said, you don't hear swallows? And I'm like, I said, no, I don't remember hearing like a lot of doves or swallows. The neighbors across the way have them in a cage. There's a big cage. And we just hear,
they cage doves.
They're making whatever that noise that swallows or doves. Coo. Yeah,
you keep calling them swallows. They're doves, honey.
They're doves. Okay, I don't know birds. I'm scared of birds. So
a dove is a white bird. That's the bird of peace.
That'll poke your eyes out if you fuck with it, probably, because it's still a bird.
And they're usually quite rotund.
Well, that means that they'll have more weight when they pierce your eye.
Why do they keep doves?
I don't want to start a controversy or anything here in Santa Barbara. I mean, I can tell. I'm not going to mention this to Steven at the yacht club, but I am interested.
Like it's against city code.
Is it ethical to put doves in a cage?
I can't speak for this because I don't think animals should be caged.
I don't like it. But maybe they were rescue doves and they touched human hands but they still can't fly about. Y'all,
we're in an area that we're never going to be able to come to a consensus on. I think you don't know enough about the situation, and I'm always going to think animals don't need to be caged.
No, so. I agree with that. Doves and twinks don't need to be caged. A twink
unless they want to.
And but a twink with a smooth asshole should be able to flit around and get fucked by everyone. That is what you do.
To pursue their twink destiny.
Yes, get loaded and corroded. That's what you do when you're a twink.
My lower back tattoo says. Can we move on from,
we should move
from Santa Barbara?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, y'all, she basically, the smoke alarm is going off and he's like, "You're going to set the fucking house on fire." She's like, "Can't you feel the bad energy in here? I'm trying to cleanse the energy with the smoke."
It's a fire alarm. How can you do this? And she's trying to do the
Open a window.
Oh.
Crack a window, honey. Come on. That's why I think part of this is she really enjoys the ruffling feathers when people calling herself a witch. That's the thing. I think it's very much like I'm Not Like Other Girls, and it's a little tiring, to be honest.
I think this is just guessing, speculating. It sounds like her mom was a good mom, but we know that her mom was a very young mom. And one thing that I think is common in a lot of especially
this woman's definitely an Enneagram 4, by the way. Definitely.
For sure.
I can clock our people.
I don't know if the mom was a single mom or not, but sometimes when a lot of people have kids really young, they're not.
She said we grew up together.
But they're not able to raise. They're working. They're doing a lot of things, and sometimes that can create. I think Ashley has this hey, look at me, look at me, look at me, because maybe she wasn't seen a lot as a child. I just get a
that's a good point.
feeling that could be her pattern. So the fact that she's doing the sound bowl in the middle of a fire alarm is literally like that fire alarm. It's like saying, see me, see me, see me.
What happened to us then that we can't get enough attention and want people to see us?
God, Jaybird, you just stop playing the evergreen. I've heard it 10 times, Jaybird. Can you just stop? That's what happened.
It's not right yet, Mama.
Jaybird, you're going to drive me crazy. I wish you just play football. Not football, but some soccer. Like Aunt Jane's son.
He's a cretin.
I bet you did call people cretin at a very young age. I know you're in 3rd grade calling a kid a cretin.
C'est un crétin. Il est un crétin.
Oh.
So y'all, and this was the kicker for me. She's like, she's like, well, I got him a phone, and I thought he would be grateful, saying, and she's like, nope. He said, the phone's not getting here early enough. I need to call people, and I also need internet. And then she said, I deserve an apology.
Well, she said we don't know, but she said he freaked out and was very disrespectful.
Yeah.
It wasn't on camera. I do think that, like, her saying, like, I don't understand what this fight is about. This is so ridiculous. I can see why she's saying that, because I was thinking, like, it is like you can tell he is upset that it's going to take 2 days for him to get his phone.
Mm-hmm.
That is, y'all, I'm just guessing. I'm looking at, like, unless Ashley's making like a ton of money and stuff like that, probably like she called, they're giving her an update. She's getting like a free phone. Y'all know how it is with fucking cell phone companies. They've got to wait like 2 days. And it does seem like he seems so, that would trigger me too. If he was so impatient, I was like, bitch, I'm buying you a phone and this is the way I can buy a phone. I've got to wait 2 days. And why can't you use then? But then it got weird because I thought, well, just have him use your phone. But then now she's upset that everyone's calling
her.
And we never got the answer. All these people are calling her. Was she not handing him the phone when they called or telling him?
She wasn't answering it. And that's what he said. He's like, mi amor, or mi vida, why is your family calling me like 9 or 10 times? He's like, you need to answer it. They're calling back because you're not answering.
And I was like, if you just would have give him your iPad, and if he sees them call, he answers it.
This is why it felt a little bit like her idea. If he's got all these people in New York, she's trying to act like it doesn't bother her, but it plants seeds of insecurity, and it feels like she's trying to cock block him from his family. And that's what is a little icky to me.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they're calling 9 or 10 times, and I guess he didn't call his family and let them know he was there. So that doesn't seem...
Well, the mom gave them her number.
Well, and the way that she's explaining it just seems like there was a communication breakdown period. Because the way Ashley explains it to her sister, Sienna, I agree with Sienna's like, that's weird. I went... Yeah, that's weird too, because at first I thought they were just calling her, but then we found out, I don't think it was ever communicated maybe to Manuel's mom to say, hey, can you let the rest of the family know I made it safe and I'll call them when I have a phone? Like that was never communicated. I guess these people, I feel sorry for his family. They thought they don't know if he ever arrived safely in the U.S. or not.
I think it's that. I think they know he's safe. But I think that they probably want to talk to him to ask him how he is now that there's a family member. And he even said we see his cousin Mercy. He's like, we text and talk all the time. So and then she says things like, I don't know a Mercy. And he's like, do I know any of your cousins or uncles?
Mm-hmm.
This is when it gets a little unhinged.
It's a little. I will say though, if they know he's there and safe, though, can't he just tell me? It is weird that they know you're I do think that is weird to blow up his girlfriend's phone 9 or 10 times. But again, I think that would have stopped if she just answered the call the first time.
I don't. I think she wants her time with him now, and she considers his family an inconvenience right now.
I do think she wants time with him. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I feel like, and the idea of him not getting internet on his phone because, Tingo internet feels like it feels a little gatekeepy, so she can make sure what he's doing. Maybe I'll regret saying this, but it feels that way to me. I want to
counter that, though. And she wasn't ever saying to him, you can't get your own phone. But she said to him initially, why don't you use my phone and my iPad? You can use my stuff. And he responded and said, I need my privacy. And I went, that was a red flag to me. That fact that he can't listen to me. Let me finish it. The fact that he can't for 2 days tolerate using her iPad to talk on the phone until he gets a new phone.
Oh, I assumed that the new phone wasn't going to have internet.
No,
that's when she said.
That's the whole point. The new phone that he's getting will have the internet. So she was saying, you'll have this. It's just going to take 2 days. It's the fact that he's like, I need my privacy. I can't use your iPad. I'm like, maybe he didn't understand her Spanish. But that to me, if I was with someone and they said, I need my privacy now, I would be like, the fuck? Like, it's 2 days.
I thought that the new phone wasn't going to be having internet. And that's when she says, the whole point. I have internet.
The new phone will have internet. It'll be set up on that.
That makes better sense.
That's why she was saying this conversation.
A dumb argument.
That's why she said this conversation seems stupid because I'm telling you, you can use my stuff. But then she says, you can use my stuff, but I'm not going to answer any of the calls of your family. So they're going to call 20 times because I'm never picking up.
Then she says, we are not meditating. I am not sharing spiritual space with you and your nasty ass attitude. Which I don't think she has the perspective to realize how ridiculous it is when she talks that way.
It's pretty funny.
We're in Los Angeles, the city of woo, and it sounds like satire when she talks that way, even though she believes it. She says not to be a butt face.
Well, she's not trying to cuss, but
no. She just said I'm a motherfucking witch hoe.
She is, but that's when she was angry. But what is butt face for? Because
my mother would say she would try not to curse, and she would say, "You're being such a butt face."
But what is that substituting for? An ass face? A fuck face? A shit face?
I'm not sure.
A shithead? Is that what it's? Is that what it's? Shithead is a butt face? I don't think it's
substituting for anything. I've called someone a butt face before.
I just feel like you have called someone a butt face before.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never. I've said, "Put your butt in my face."
Anyway, so she says, "I can't take any more of these stupid conversations," and then she's with her sister.
She walks out, cut to the dog, talk to Rico Suave, star of their segment going.
Well, they obviously edited that
I know,
in.
but I love it when they put in dog whimpers, y'all.
But it does seem like it seems like a small argument. It brings up levels of privacy for me that it does feel like it's like he's there and she gives him things and he should be happy about it.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. I want to see how it is when he gets his new phone.
Agreed.
Is it going to she double down or she's fine? Y'all, the reason why this relationship is going to be fine though, because it's that hickey on her neck tells you anything.
They good in there. And now he does say things like, make sure you come back in a better mood.
Let's not negate. He has, which is a trigger for her. He has I think extreme machismo.
Yes, machismo. Well, honestly, it's Ecuador. It's every country in South America.
Yeah. I think she feels like he's going to move to the U.S. and she's going to get that out of him.
Good luck.
Good luck.
So then she tells the sister, I'd be a fool to think that Manuel I'd be a fool to not think that he might come here on my back and meet up with his family and then peace out. And I thought, no, I wouldn't think that. I think before I would ask someone to come over here, I would know them well enough and in my heart that they're not going to do that. I would never have that thought.
I guess. I don't know if you're the right person to speculate for this because you would never have someone come over to a country. You would never do it, period.
Absolutely not. No, I'd rather see them on my terms.
Exactly.
But
exactly.
would it always be in the back of your mind? Would you do like her and think, well, I didn't know he had a lot more families. That makes me think he could just peace out on me.
No, I don't think so. Unless we had had a lot of conversations and he had said, I don't have a lot of family. Or if I asked, do you have a lot of family over here? And he says, oh, I have a cousin or two. I would think, oh, okay. But yeah, it depended on what conversations. But if all the conversations seem open, no, I wouldn't think that.
Yeah.
Actually, I would be, I would be happy if someone had family over there. But
yeah, she says,
who knows? I
also,
probably would get left after 4 years after they got their green card.
Wow.
Probably.
She does say, I believe he's here for me, but I also think that if we don't get married, he has no intention of going back to Ecuador.
And I wrote, what's wrong with that?
Right.
Like,
that's the other thing.
Because that, if you're saying
she's
that
the
he's
golden
here,
ticket and that's it.
If you're saying that he's here for you and you don't think he's doing this to be with his family, but that's like a secondary, like if I go to, yeah, it's like if I go to your house to get dicked down by you, and then while you're dicking me down, no, not you, no, you haven't dicked down anything since the second grade.
Someone, by the way, sent a picture. I'll see if I can find it of what our love child would look like.
I don't like that.
I know I didn't like it either. I commented that I rebuked it in the name of Jesus.
I did too. I rebuked it in the name of Judy. But imagine though, if you're getting dicked down by some hot guy, and it's great, but then his husband shit comes home, and then he ends up dicking you down too. Well, that's just a bonus. So that's me, it's just a 2 for 1. It's a 2 for 1, and that's the way I think that he's moving there for you, girl. Be grateful. And the fact that he has family there, to me, I would think that would be even more solidifying, that he would feel like that would set him up for more success in the country and success for us.
But it feels like the fact that he didn't come here solely for her to romantically leave his family and everyone behind in a foreign country for her, that it is somehow diminished. Okay, here is the combination of us two. Well, I can't see it. I can kind of see it.
That's a handsome man. Look at that.
A little bit.
Yeah.
More in the...
It kind of combined her hair color, and the hair color looks kind of weird. But look at that.
Looks like a bass player I used to know.
Oh, God.
So, anyway...
You should redo that song. Somebody that I used to fuck. And just...
So, y'all, the family's calling nonstop, and she's like, I've never met Mercy.
I'm sorry. I do want to say one more thing. I'm sorry. I wanted to say that I also would feel like if someone had family here, then I would feel grateful that, oh, good. They don't feel like they'll want to work on our relationship.
Be his everything.
Yes, they can work on our relationship for us, not because they're stuck here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
It does feel a little.
But it goes back to her issues of not being enough.
Yeah. This is this kind of train of thought and this pattern of thought isn't going to go well. It's only going to leave you, honey, feeling even more dejected and more ignored. And
she's got it's going to be hard because remember she had that panic attack. So like, I don't think she deals think she deals well with stress at all.
It's hard to regulate herself.
It's hard to regulate.
Yeah.
All right. I'm done. Go
So
ahead.
they talk to Mercy and
Marcy.
And she's kind of there with him. And I'm like, just let him talk to her. And finally she does leave. And she does say, why are you calling so much? And she's like, well, I want to make sure he's okay. And he's got lots of family in New York City. He's like Tios, cousins, aunt, uncles. He's like, yep, lots of them. And it seems like the more she hears it, the more she's thinking, yeah, he's not here for me. And I think, God, it's a really destructive pattern of thought.
Yeah.
Whew.
Anyway.
I
bet she's been left by people a lot.
I have a feeling. And you know who's the only one who stayed? Rico motherfucking Suave.
Rico motherfucking the star. Rico and Coco. I want to see them at the tell-all together.
I agree. And then kind of sparring and fighting.
And Rico
during the
just
break.
humping Coco.
And Coco enjoying it.
Exactly.
Do you want to talk about your Britney break?
Yes. It's Britney, bitch. Bing, 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 bing. Y'all, the number one selling memoir of a celebrity ever on the first day, number one selling.
Wow.
So at least that's what Britney posted on her account.
Whoa.
Okay. Here's what First of all, we're going to talk about the iconic actor that is Michelle Williams.
Not Destiny's Child, Michelle Williams.
No. If you're a Michelle Williams...
Dawson's Creek / Brokeback Mountain /
one of the best parts to me that was so meta is when Michelle Williams is talking... Britney, talks about people she meets. And somebody that was very influential to Britney that she met was Paula Cole. So it's Michelle Williams as Britney.
All the cowboys go.
Talking about Paula Cole and talking about the song I Don't Want to Wait. That was just some meta good shit.
I get it. Yeah, because of Dawson's Creek.
Yeah. I don't want to wait. Michelle Williams can do anything.
Agree.
She sounds like... So the forward... And Chris Farah and I from DocuSweeties, we've been talking about it. The forward is actually Britney. And it is so Britney, it's almost not Britney anymore. It's like, it's just so vocal fried and just so Brit. Michelle Williams she takes on this voice of Britney maybe 10 years ago, Britney. And almost if Britney Spears had a graduate degree, that's what she sounds like. Like she makes y'all. I even did a TikTok about this. The word, I would say probably the most preferred adjective in this book is the word amazing.
Oh God, I would have a hard time, I think.
But you would have a hard time reading it. But when Michelle Williams says it, you believe it's amazing every time.
There's 11 different amazings.
When Michelle Williams says, and oh my God, my sister was the cutest thing ever. You believe it was the cutest thing ever.
Does she adopt a Southern accent?
Yes, she has a lilt of a Southern accent.
Oh my God.
No. And by the time you realize that the book goes on, you can't tell if it's this Michelle or Britney.
That's some of the best audiobook narrators.
It is. A lot of people like the author to read their book. I don't actually. Sometimes it's not as good. Sometimes it's better to have a celebrity not read their book.
Yeah.
She also, as many people are talking about, the way she impersonates Justin Timberlake, when Britney Spears talk about Justin is trying to act more, quote, urban or black.
Mm-hmm. I think she said black.
She said, and the way that she's like, for shiz, when he's... It was, I'm not going to quote it. I want you to experience it. It's wonderful. And go ahead. Do you have any questions?
So you would suggest we purchase the audiobook?
Oh, 100%. I would get the audiobook. I've got the hardback because take notes because Chris Fair and I are doing a book club. We're having some friends over to talk about this.
Highlighter.
Our book club is called Not Yet a Woman Book Club. So we're very excited.
I see.
She's coming over. We're all going to take gummies and talk about Britney. I've got my Britney Spears tarot deck that my friend Lindsay gave me, who is coming over as well. Anyway, I'm going to say this. So Michelle Williams, great, fantastic. It's just, and I'm just now to the part again where Britney and Kevin Federline breaks up. She ends that chapter and she says at the end of that chapter, she's like, it pretty much after my relationship with Justin and Kevin solidified why I would never really trust anyone ever again.
Jesus.
I will say, I thought, y'all know, I've been in a commercial with Justin Timberlake.
I'd never heard that.
I like Justin Timberlake. Like I've liked his music. I've gone to his concerts, all of that. But I kind of assumed with this, by the way, a lot of people said that she talked about his dick. I haven't got to that part yet. I don't think Britney will do that because I think Britney is way classier than that.
She did talk about their first time.
That's in the book. I haven't gotten there yet. It's not in the book. So maybe that's later on, but she's kind of finished with Justin now. But I kind of thought this was going to be like, yeah, you and Justin were both like fucking 20 years old, just young kids. He did I'm sure he probably cheated on you. You cheated on him. Like just stupid young kid shit. It's not. It is deeper than that. And like I read and I went, whoa. Well, It is. I don't want to tell people because I feel like it's better for you to experience it. And I want you to hear it in Britney's voice or Michelle Williams' voice. I also will say the most revelatory thing to me is one, Britney Spears was offered the role of Roxy Hart in Chicago and didn't take it.
I heard that too.
Did not know that. The reason she didn't take it, because when Britney Spears was in the wonderful, iconic movie Crossroads, written by Shonda Rhimes, I did not know that. Written by Shonda motherfucking Rhimes wrote that book.
Mogul.
Yes. When she was in the movie Crossroads, Britney talked about the reason why she's never done another movie again, because, and again, it's Michelle Williams reading it in Britney's lilt of a voice. She inhabited that character so much that Britney forgot who she was in real life because she became Lucy. And she said, it was so weird. She's like, I don't know who I was anymore. I was just Lucy. I wasn't Britney anymore. And I couldn't get out of Lucy. I couldn't stop being Lucy.
Wow.
It was. I will say this. It's a Southern story because Britney talks about her grandmother who was British. Her grandmother was from Britain. And she said, that's why I like to talk in a British voice because it reminds me of my grandma. But she talks about how her grandmother lost a baby when the baby was an infant. And then 8 years later, she shot herself in the head on the baby's grave. Whoa. It's a Southern story.
Trigger warning. Suicide.
It's a Southern story. So and there is her sister, she's just flat out called a bitch. Her dad has gotten no love. She is burning all of them. All of them.
Fucking Faulkner.
It is.
I am here for it.
I mean, I'm telling you, she talks about like her mother caught her smoking or went to smell her hand and Britney was driving and ran off the road and they ran into a telephone pole. I mean, just so much Southern shit. Anyway, it's great. I don't want to talk about it all because, again, I'm going to save it for book club. And I want y'all, some of you, it's still new here, but highly recommend. I just think what has come out of this for me is she was a pretty girl who wanted to dance and wanted to be loved. And I don't know. I remember us saying, like talking to his friends saying after the whole Justin thing, my friend Lindsay and I talking specifically, our old roommate, and saying with the Kevin Federline stuff, just saying, oh God, I don't think she's over that guy. Even when I listened to this book, I still don't think she's over Justin Timberlake.
Wow.
Anyway, y'all.
You deserve better.
Well, yeah, and apparently that kind of the impetus. She talks a lot about her hatred of the paparazzi. One other thing I will say that I thought was wonderful. One of the people that has been the biggest personal influence for her, or personal consoling influence for her, and someone who's helped her navigate emotions of her career is Madonna. Madonna, she talks about being a very active participant in her life.
Cool. Should we talk about Devin
And that's
Nick?
your Britney break.
Britney break.
Boom, 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 boom. You should read it.
I think I will now. Just to
Or
hear,
listen to it.
I'll listen to it. I want to hear Michelle Williams.
You can't you're not going to be able to read adjectives like I say that because when Michelle Williams says, and it was literally like blah, 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 and then says it. And then later in the paragraph, Michelle Williams is reading, and then like literally. So literally is probably the second most used. But every time
there was no editor, or were they just trying to give it in her voice?
I think they were both. But still, when Michelle Williams says literally, I believe it was literal.
It was literally, not like literally is used normally. Because when literally is used, y'all, it usually means figuratively. I'm not literally as big as a house. Devin and Nick, new couple alert.
Whoop, whoop. Nick is 31. Devin is 24.
Korea.
I almost said burglary felony. I almost forgot. I thought we were in Lalu. I thought they had
So it's like I brought up before. This is one of the first times they've introduced the non-American. I thought it was an interesting tack.
Well, I think it became more apparent whenever we meet Devin, y'all. she's just this little blonde girl from Arkansas. She's a country girl from
Arkansas,
and she is quiet. I bet they had to draw so much out of her
you're right.
to get a story from her.
I think he's the one who's better on camera. I think that's a good point. But I think that's why this is the first time we've ever did this.
Yeah,
first time that we've had this. So he's born in Korea, then lived in Australia, which makes him have an Australian English accent when he's speaking.
It's really funny. It's cute.
And so
he's an electrical engineer by day and a karaoke champion at night.
It's like, which is basically every Korean man.
Yeah, I mean,
when he said that.
Yeah.
If you've been to Korea, karaoke is a very important part of the culture. So we have Koreatown here is full of karaoke bars.
Yes, I have been to one where Jake has drunkenly got up and sing "This Is How You Do It," and everyone's face drops because it's very good, but yet also very white.
Yeah,
but it's good. You sell it.
Yeah. In my defense, Montel Jordan went to Pepperdine, which is extremely white university.
That's not true.
He went to Pepperdine.
He did?
He went to Pepperdine.
Shush.
No, that's the whitest fucking school.
Whitest fucking
ever
school.
See.
You just show up to Grindr and it's just blank profile saying mask for mask.
So he says he talks about being introverted as a kid and bullied. So he went to the military and went to Australia. And he met Devin on Tinder while in Australia, which means she was there, I guess, traveling.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Or maybe he was set it to Tinder World, if that's a thing. And this is he's the first white girl he's dated. And she is also, he says, introverted. We got that. But she likes to do really naughty things, like putting her ass on him. Ooh,
showing her ass.
She calls him monkey, and I call her piggy. Yo, don't call a woman piggy. It's never going to turn out well for you.
Well, this triggered you because, actually, no, I bet you have had a man call you piggy or pig.
Yeah, but it means something different in the gay community. Google it, but not at work.
Here,
When-
piggy.
when someone say
there goes
that-
piggy boys.
When someone says that'll do, pig, to me, that'll do, completely different meaning. Anyway.
Wow.
So she's like, I call her big. She's a little chubby. She doesn't like to hear that. Now,
No.
I remember in Asian cultures, I just know this from, I think this is from my friends with Korean parents. The first thing they're going to talk about is your weight. And so
that's
it's
true,
something,
yeah.
it's something that it's probably in that culture. And he's just talking to this woman at a food stand. He's like, Americans don't like chicken feet. Wonder why they don't. And she's like, I don't know.
I don't get it.
Apparently, he's like, I wonder if they eat it if they didn't know what it was. It looks like a chicken foot.
No,
I ate chicken feet in China, and it was very chewy.
Were they good?
Can't say it's okay. It's something I did. I would not eat another. Yeah, that's it. So they dated for 2 years, but she says she missed family in Searcy, Arkansas.
Searcy,
So-
Arkansas.
But they got engaged and applied for the K-1, and she's like, I'm a little nervous about going to Arkansas. You should be, honey.
I'm glad that she told
going to
him
be rough.
There's nothing there, and it's a little bit racist.
You mean the state?
I think it's a lot of bit racist.
And there's no diversity. There's probably no one in Searcy. Definitely, there's no one who
I'm
looks
gonna
like
look it
him.
up. The population.
Look up Searcy. Searcy, Arkansas. I have to say it like that. Welcome to Searcy. And she says she's flying into Korea. Now, this is good on you, Devin. She's flying into Korea to meet his family, which is very.
Very. It's the largest city it's the county seat of White County.
It's in the name.
It's in the name, with a population of 23,000 people.
Searcy.
That is smaller than Ardmore. There's going to be like 10 Asian people in that whole, and they'll honestly probably look at him and say shit like, "Are you from China?"
Or how many Koreans, which is very
That's what I'm
different
saying. They're going to
than-
assume. So I don't know if he even knows that even his own Korean nationality won't be honored or, yeah.
And he is worried. The parents are coming, which is very respectful to do, because he's like, I'm worried that they're going to measure Devin against other Korean women, which that's
They will.
definitely been done before.
Y'all, we remember, oh God, Devin and Ji-hoon.
Mama Ji-hoon and
Mama
Daddy Ji-hoon.
Ji-hoon.
They
Oh,
were good
God.
sports, though.
Those, she was like Robba Lee, just worn out.
They were, but
worn
I
out.
will say, they were kind. They were kind parents, but they had to deal with fucking Devin.
Oh God, she's terrible.
Anyway, so she says, if this blows up, my family will not let me go to the U.S. and it will destroy my life. And then he starts talking about sex. Haven't had it for a while, and I kind of need to touch her, and she's gonna be jet lagged. But tonight, I'm gonna break the bed.
And that's when Poodle leaned in. What would you do if a man at dinner leaned over and whispered in your ear and said, "Hey, let's get out of here and go break your
Check,
bed"?
please. That is a definite. I don't care where we are in the dinner. Can I get a to-go box?
You don't even care if pizza's not. So what would, if someone said that to you before really good pizza came out, what would you choose?
This is not even a fair argument. I would tell the person on the way back, send a runner with the pizza. You know what we do? This is so weird that I'm going to be this. This is how my brain works. I'm like, how can we get this? How can we get everything at one point? How can we get everything we want? We go to the bathroom and I give him a hand job, and so, or a little taste, And then we go back and we eat the pizza, or we grab the pizza and we take it, and then we fuck, and then we eat the pizza after.
So, y'all, I would say don't go into that bathroom at Moza for a little bit. If you see Poodle there.
I just solved the problem. Anyway, she sees her. She's cute. Now, I will say,
She is cute.
she looks like someone who gets off that long of a plane flight would look. She's not looking like fucking Jasmine, not Darcy. She's in sweats, and she wanted to be comfortable.
She is cute. He's cute too. He's super handsome.
He is. I'm looking forward to seeing these two.
Again, I think they're going to have normal problems, but who knows?
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm glad they're on this season because fucking Rob and Sophie just give me influencer vibes, and I don't like Nikki and Justin/Igor. Ugh. That's the show.
Well, let's hope. We can only hope that her anal is so clean. Remember where you were, y'all? Remember where you were. That's the show.
B-Day.
You can go to realitygaze.com. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. We appreciate it so much. Again, have a safe Halloween, Dia de los Muertos, whatever you, All Saints, All Souls, whatever the heck you celebrate. We hope it's wonderful and safe. And until then, we call these people lonely hearts because aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love in all the wrong places, Poods?
Yes. And if you have ever idealized Paula Cole, I know I have.
It's so good.
Call us.
I don't know word for
our lives to be over.
Go ahead, put it in the right key. Put it in the right key.
Well, I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. Doesn't it sound better when I put it in the right key?
No.